1. America on drugs. 1. This is your brain on drugs. Drug use begins innocently enough. A child is handed a joint and takes a puff. He's given a beer and has a sip. Some don't like it and they stop. Many of them continue to use occasionally, and some use frequently. Some become addicted. So many of the stories about addiction begin the same way. He was a good boy. She was a joy, moral and smart and funny and... Of her son Kevin, Jacqueline Perriman says, "He was my beautiful golden-haired angel child." The earliest pictures of Kevin were taken in the hospital on the first day of his life. His mother, striking with long brown hair parted on the side, gazing into the blue of her son's eyes. In a photo that takes my breath away, his head rests on his mother's bare shoulder. Mother and child look serene, at peace. Jacqueline grew up in West L.A. near Beverly Hills. She had two much older by nearly 20 years, brothers. "I was kind of oops." Looking back, she says that her childhood was surreal. In her home, it was considered normal for either of her brothers to be passed out drunk or stoned at the dinner table. Her mother mostly didn't notice. She was devoted to the care of her husband, Jacqueline's father, who was dying of Alzheimer's disease. "We weren't really raised," Jacqueline recalls. There were fights when one brother accused the other of stealing their father's medication. Paramedics came and went. When Jacqueline called 911, the dispatcher would ask, "Which brother is it now?" Alzheimer's killed Jacqueline's father and, later, her mother. When she was a teenager, one of her brothers was admitted to UCLA Medical Center after an accident. A doctor told her that he didn't think he would make it. "I thought, let's get it over with." Her brother survived that time, but not for much longer. 6 years later, he committed suicide. Soon after, her other brother died of cancer. Both brothers were high most of their lives. Jacqueline earned a degree in anthropology at UCLA, where she fell in love with and married a fellow student. Her husband got his pilot's license and a job at a regional airline and then with TWA and American. The couple moved to St. Louis, where she worked at the St. Louis University Hospital as a medical assistant in the OB/GYN department. They had 2 children, Kevin, born in 1988, and Jill, born 3 years later. Jacqueline and her husband divorced in 1996, when the children were 8 and 5. Given her brother's addictions, Jacqueline worried about drugs and talked to her children about them. Kevin had asthma, and so she was particularly appalled when she smelled marijuana on him when he came home one evening after playing with friends. He was 12. "What are you thinking?" He said what kids say. "I just wanted to try it." And she believed him. When she caught him drinking a beer, he told her the same thing, and she believed him again. She thought, kids experiment. Kevin read a lot and loved Legos and science. In the evenings, he'd stand mesmerized in the backyard looking through a telescope he'd built himself. He charted the planets and their moons. But then he became an adolescent, and all that stopped. He seemed tired all the time. He was surly, and sometimes Jacqueline thought he might be depressed. She brought him to see a psychiatrist who diagnosed him with ADD and noted that Kevin might also have bipolar disorder. He prescribed Depakote. Kevin became different. He drifted away from me, Jacqueline says. He was 13 when she discovered that he had taken pills from her medicine cabinet. When she confronted him, he again said he was curious. She said, "You have no idea how dangerous this is. You should have asked me if you were curious." Before they divorced, Kevin's parents had moved to a neighborhood in Chesterfield, Missouri, because it was reputed to have a good school district. Kevin attended Parkway Central High. She began hearing rumors from other parents that she found absurd, that her son had become the cocaine king of Chesterfield County. She confronted him. Kevin was adamant in his denial.